So in this video, I'm going to be giving a little bit of an overview of the technique of X-ray crystallography. All right. So to start this, I'm just going to give a brief overview of some of the techniques that we've talked about so far that would allow us to determine the structure of molecules. We've had NMR, all right, which involves putting a sample into a very, very strong magnetic field. All right. This allows us to tell what types of hydrogens are in that molecule and things about, like, for example, what type of neighboring hydrogens would one specific hydrogen have. All right, we can tell that by the splitting patterns, for example. We've also talked a little bit about mass spec. Mass spec essentially allows us to figure out what the mass of a molecule is. All right. Also, from a mass spec, in the procedure, a lot of times the molecules will break apart into fragments, and we can learn things about the structure of molecules by how these, by the size of those fragments. All right. We've also talked about IR, infrared spectroscopy, and essentially what IR tells us is the types of bonds that are in the molecule, and that's because different bonds will vibrate at different frequencies. All right. For example, a carbon double bond oxygen will vibrate at a different frequency than an oxygen single bond hydrogen. All right, and you can see when you're looking at the IR spectrum, you can tell what types of bonds are going to be present in the molecule. All right, and last but not least, there's combustion analysis, and that basically entails burning a sample of your material and then analyzing the gases, and from that we can tell the relative amount of carbon and hydrogen that were in your original compound, and that allows us to calculate an empirical formula. All right, but the one thing I want to point out is, even though most of these, all of these techniques combined will generally allow us to figure out the structure of a molecule, none of them really create what we could consider to be a picture of the molecule or a 3D representation of the molecule. All right, and that's where X-ray crystallography comes in. All right, what X-ray crystallography allows us to do is to figure out how the atoms are arranged three-dimensionally by using this technique. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and have you guys pause this video right here and watch this introduction video that I've posted on the Canvas site. All right, here's a link to it right here, which gives a little overview of what X-ray crystallography is and how it works. All right.